Okay, so let's continue with this case. So now we go to the simulation stage. We're ready to run. So you have here this script where with the steps. So let me close here. So after generating the mesh, look at what is happening. So some manipulation. So recall that you have final mesh here. So I reconstruct, I cancel whatever I have here. Then from folder 3, I move the mesh into the constant folder. Okay, I need that mesh there. Then cancel what I have here. And then see here that when you see always this directory underscore org means your original boundary condition, no? Kind of your master file for boundary conditions. So in this case, we're going to solve incompressible flow with the k omega turbulence model. So I will have velocity, pressure, and the turbulence variables. Okay, so k omega newts on those are variables related to turbulence. If you know what is that, remember there will be another training dedicated to that. But these are extra variables to solve the turbulence. And yes, turbulence is extremely important. Okay, the most important part of CFD together with the mesh, together with the geometry. So pretty much everything. And then also the user is very important. Needs to know what it's doing. Okay, so we have this, and if we open these files, okay, let me go here, and also let me open in constant. Okay, not in constant, should be here. Whoop. Okay, let me do reconstruct par and the mesh. Okay, we have the mesh here. Boundary file is the only one that you need to modify. The others you need to modify. Actually, you can modify, but you need to know what you're doing. Okay, so see here that we have all the boundary patches. So this is the original naming convention that I have. Okay, and then look at that wall, whatever, and then the Ahmed. Okay, so if we look at the script, look at that after we do some manipulation, move files from here and there. Look at that now I use set. Set is a Linux command, and what it's doing is look for this keyword and change it to inlet, change it to outlet, from back, and so on. So this is what I'm doing. This is the renaming my patches. So now in all my files, look at that, they have the same name, inlet, outlet, ground, and whatever. Now the next step, this is another utility from OpenFOAM doing no changing variables in the boundary file. So now what it's doing is the inlet and outlet, now I will set those to patch. So there will be one, see that everything is wall. Now I will say that the inlet and outlet, there are patches, okay? Then I saying that the front, back, and top are symmetry. Probably would be better to use a slip. And then here, this one, ground, it is a wall. And then I add in this one, this group to the Ahmed body, you know, to put everything in a group. So this is it. So look at that. Names needs to be consistent. I haven't replaced here, but later when we run the script, we're going to do the substitution. Okay, and see that inlet, then it is a patch, fixed value, the velocity is 30. Okay, this is a vector, x, y, z, initial conditions here. Then outlet, I'm using the inlet outlet, the Newman, no, doing that treatment for the backflow. Then in the ground, I'm using a slip there, slip. Then symmetry, fixed value, and you look at symmetry, and these two are the same. Then the others, you need to find the right combination. Then for turbulence, you're going to see this stuff that this is related to the wall functions. Okay, so in all cases, you will have that. So it's specific to turbulence modeling. So at this point, we're ready to run. So let me go here and type sh run solver. It will do all this automatic manipulation and so on. So let me close there. And now I should have, okay, in constant here, let me open this one, the right naming convention, say that. And this is part of automation. I have do everything automatic now because sooner or later you will like to do optimization, so things needs to be done in automatic. So at this point, the case is running, and let's wait a little bit to get a solution. But also let me show you that here we have another script that can print the coefficients. So let me go here, new plot scripts and plot coef, and that will print the coefficients, the CD and CL now as it's running. So using nuplot is nothing fancy. And see that what is running, okay, you open this is also the, when it comes to the numerics, SV skin, SV solution, I use, a robust method. And just to comment here that in control dictionary, you have here all the function objects to compute minimum and maximum values of these quantities, to compute, I don't know, mass flow. Okay, the method is conservative, so what is going in is going out. Here you have the Y plus, okay, two different ways, statistic and safety field. The Q criterion, later we're going to look at colors, safe Wolřej stresses. These are the force coefficients, okay? So normalized using these values and the actual forces in Newton. So I put this is, for me, it's very standard. You can add more or less. I mentioned that there is one for aspect ratio. I need to check that. I think in the foundation version, there should be that one. I know that you have it in the openfoam.com, but I haven't checked. In any case, so at this point, the simulation will run up to 1000. So let's wait a little bit. I will let it run. So let's take a break. Let's relax. But in any case, look at the CD 033. And if I if we come here, look at that, the experimental 0.3. So I'm not going to say that it's a perfect match, but we're in the ballpark. We're there. So we're not that far. Okay, so yeah, and look at that, your Y plus is something about 60. So this is perfectly fine for wall modeling. If you want to go wall resolving, you need to have a much finer. So usually I have to say it's proportional, so you will need to add like two certified, like 4 refinement levels, like 3 extra layers to get something around 5 or 8. Okay, which still is not perfect, but you're getting there. Okay, so let's wait a little bit to get a solution, and pretty much, yeah, here you have it, generated your mesh, a solution, and yeah. Okay, I'm back. So at this point, we have a solution. Probably was an overkill that I run for 1,000 iterations. But in any case, I added this one. These are monitors for the residuals, and this is the continuity. So conservative method, this should be 0, and this also not should go no should go down a monotonic way. So we see that everything's converging well. So probably I could have a step here and at 200 iteration, I let it for 1,000. So this CD now it has something about 0, 33, not far from the experimental. It's not perfect, but any case, just a mesh with 3 layers that we use just to run fast. Just to point out importance here about the mesh. The mesh is going to have an influence in all these monitors in leaf drag, no quantity of interest, no, also in your residuals and continuity. So usually bad quality meshes, immediately you will see that reflected in all your in all the quantities that you are monitoring. So at this point, we set a case from scratch, geometry, mesh. We didn't do much here in meshing with the Ahmed body because we have done a lot. So at this point, I think you understand very well what is happening. Uh, Also to mention that in this case we have the geometry and we split it now in three parts. Now recall that we have the front part, the body, and then the support. So here in this document, you don't have that operation. So it will be up to you to see how to do it, or probably one of those, I don't recall. But in any case, you just need to split the body. Here you have a function, I think it's called split this one, and you can split it with a plane or whatever. So you get the point at how to do it. Shouldn't be that difficult. What else can I say at this point? Also, that we have a solution. You have all your monitors and everything. We aim for a given Y plus, but it's wall resolving. Then is the one wall modeling. Sorry, is the one wall resolving. We should refine the mesh. So I leave it also to you as a task. Try to get something about 5. So you should add like 5 or 6 additional layers to get it working, and focus just in the main body. Don't pay attention to the stills. That doesn't change much. So let's visualize the solution what we have so far, and then we end this video here. Then there is something else that I want to show you. Decompose, apply. So here you select decompose axis, the decompose solution, and let me go here. Let me add there this slice there, and I slide dun, 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 dun. I add the plane there. You have the pressure there. So nice stagnation points or point here or whatever. Now we look at velocity. Perfect. Okay. Nothing strange. And something that I like a lot, that I save the Q criterion. The Q criterion is something used to visualize, the vortices and so on. So it is a positive number, then you never know a priori the value, but usually with standard practice, start at 1000 and then you will start to see now your your structures. And there you go. You have, these are your vortices. Very, very nice. So you have these two vortices there that are being released from these features there, geometrical features. So as you recall the geometry here, I have one that I added those just to capture those better. So as an exercise also, you can try to export these two geometries, and then you can use it here to as a refine as a to refine better. There is also an OpenFOAM adaptive mesh refinement. There is a lot of stuff, but remember, here we're focusing to meshing. So look at that. This is the mesh that we have. Recall that we have the refinement region. Then there is a refinement in the ground. There's a few layers there, and so a nice solution. Okay, so from this point on, I think pretty much you can remove your training wheels and you can do whatever you want, so take this case and try to get something, a mesh wall resolving mesh with snappy. Okay, so if you have problems, feel free to write no in the comments or send an email, and let's see if I can help you. But I can guarantee you that you should be able to get at least in the body of the Ahmed, no, let's say this part there that I selected, you should be able to get, let's say I managed to get to 5 now, but usually able to get something. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hope you are enjoying this and you enjoyed this video. And in the next one, I'm going to show you just how to add the other refinements in the surfaces. Now, so pretty much the same, nothing new, just to show you a new features. And then we're going to redo the mesh using Fluent so you can compare the workflows. So thank you. See you next time. Bye.